First, I'd like to acknowledge the Mr. Yulianto and Mr. Aris as well from the National Public Procurement Agency based in Jakarta, and then we are very happy to have you all here. And here, the background, the government level, we can see how huge the amount of the procurement budget is. We divide the government level into national level and subnational level, and there are around 79 ministries and national agencies. And also the subnational level, we've got 33 provinces and around 497 districts and municipalities. And the budget allocation from 100%, 70% allocated for the national agencies, while 30% are allocated for the subnational. It is based on the data in 2011, and around 40% of the 49 billion US dollars are allocated for procurement in the local governments, in the subnational levels, and 30% of them are missing, corrupted or colluded with many ways of the corruption activities based on the KPK reports. KPK is the Corruption Eradication Commissions in Indonesia.
There's any strength factors that since 2011 we have existing draft of the Act on the Public Procurement, and on the draft of Act it is quite strong support from the CSOs, the media, to push the approval of the Act on procurement, because until now we just only have Presidential Decree number 54 in 2010 as an umbrella for the public procurement, and there are any support also from many companies that they are unsuccessful contractors. Also many politicians in the House of Representatives as a member of the House of Representatives. It is strong factors, but there's any weakness also. There are any different commitment among the government agencies or ministries, and because there are so big and so many NGOs, they also not same awareness and capacities between one to another to monitor the procurement. But we have opportunity. The draft of Act had been included in the national legislation program basically during 2010 until 2011, but it was not yet been passed. That's why we are as a coalition and together with the government as a constructive engagement has been in progress to promoting the Act. And also the opportunity is many ministries and national agencies have high expectation that Indonesia will pass this Act on the public procurement as an umbrella regulation in the public procurement. But the threat is still there. There are still black politicians and they have a conflict of interest in the public procurement. Thank you very much and good afternoon.
Okay, we can have 2 or 3 questions. We will limit ourselves to the questions.
Thank you for the presentation. Recently, we had an opportunity to invite Mr. Agong from the presidential unit to share the latest complaint handling mechanism, LAPO, which integrates social media and the website and then the use of the SMS. And I was wondering whether that LAPO platform also includes the procurement monitoring or be open for receiving complaints from the citizens and CSO. I'd like to hear your perspective on how the CSO efforts could complement the government's brave initiative. Thank you.
Thank you. So the central government doesn't have any complaint handling, the let's say legalized complaint handling unit itself, but LKPP, the National Public Procurement Agency, has tried to create a mechanism of the complaint handling, especially for the procurement. But some local governments have been very creative in establishing its own complaint handling unit, which is not only cover the procurement complaints or complaints on the implementations of the procurements and the result of the procurements, but also on the what's so-called the public services delivery. Let's say in Yogyakarta, they have got UPIC. It was it has been established maybe since 2004 or 2005, and that is the IT-based complaint handling. But they also socialize it to the houses door to door, and once the citizens saw the hole on the street or the schools which is broken, they can send a message to the system, to the IT-based complaint handling, send it, and then that message will be automatically inserted into the computer, and then by the operator will be distributed to the assigned local government departments, and after that there will be a response within 2 days. And if there is no response within 2 days, it will be discussed within the local governments itself. And then that's also the mechanism that I'm going to establish in 3 local governments, in Tarakan, in Solo, and in Purwakarta.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. I wanted to ask if the draft procurement law has any explicit mandate for civil society to monitor procurement, like, for example, in the Philippines procurement law? Thanks.
Yes, of course. It is one article in the Act of Public Procurement, but still there is need sitting together between CSO, NGO, contractors to having a best formula, because sometimes one or several people from the contractors not really agree with the formula, because civil society on some of contractors' perspective is not really same with their perspective. So it really need to sitting together. That's why ANSA-EAP is really useful for us to have constructive engagement, to have sitting together. And thank you for several support from you, from Ransela, from our partner.
It relates to the IT system which you just mentioned. I really appreciate the kind of work which happens. Congratulations. My question is 2. First is that whether what would be the mechanism of the responses of the complaint? Because coming from South Asia, I have seen enough of those IT-based systems which were being set up with much fanfare. And then since the governance response mechanism doesn't work, the citizen doesn't get excited enough to send a complaint. So I'll be quite happy to know a little bit more about that. The second question is, since you are actually getting all those complaints on a computerized system, would you also be thinking about analyzing them to go back to the root cause, instead of not simply complaining, but actually addressing a root cause of generating that complaint? Thank you.
When there is complaint from the communities, usually through the physical report, not through the IT base, they come there, they drop in some letters or maybe some reports, oral reports, and they write down. After that, there is a meeting between the committee of the independent monitoring unit itself. And after that, all the reports then submitted to the mayor. Luckily, Makassar has got a reform mayor who is very, work together with CSOs on any reform in the public services there. But we don't know when he steps down, because he is going to promote himself to be the governor of the southeast, of the South Sulawesi. And another one in Yogyakarta, as I said before, that the complaints submitted to the IT-based complaint handling is then handled by the technical institution, technical local government departments, and for those who cannot be handled, then discussed by the secretariat, from the secretary of the local governments, and also by the mayor of the Yogyakarta local government. They discuss all the concerns of the people, whether they are compliments or complaints sent to the IT base, and they become the priorities of the following year procurement planning. Although it is not quite perfect yet, but now the Yogyakarta complaint handling unit information system has been adopted as the best practice by some central government institutions back in Indonesia. Thank you.
No, it's just that I'm very curious. I mean, all the pictures were very inviting to see how you see the monitors really doing the work. I wanted to know a little bit of the dimension. So first, how many groups do you really have in the local communities or in the district level doing monitoring? What types of tools they use? And especially, how do you deal with a very challenging situation that I know you have with so many districts, we know you have with so many districts and municipalities. How do you foresee that you will manage to sort of increase your coverage of the possibilities of procurement monitoring in Indonesia? Are you looking into partnering with others, or a little bit of the future looking of the challenges that you're facing? Thank you.
Many NGOs came from different background, like they are from the environment advocacy, some of them are from the women organization, some of them is from the education, health, etc. And from their perspective, this procurement issue was a new issue for them, and that's why we need more than 5-time meeting, depend on how the independently and how the strong of the NGO in the each of districts. And in average, as I told you that in each district I was facilitate 10 until 20 times. And nowadays, because you know the globe situation that so many donor agencies is going to less than in the past, some of the NGO in the field really having similar situation with the donor agencies, and sometimes they have too big expectation for TI Indonesia, and so it is challenging not only for us but maybe challenging for everybody in this room. Thank you.